Fox, and we happen to be at the webinar for the MDMM, $1 million marketing machine. This is going to be the training, a little webinar.
Also called Secret Success Machine.
Also called Secret Success Machine. I have Paul Farman with me.
I'm here.
You're here. And I'm going to go over to our talking points here. And Paul says the first thing we need to do is to introduce ourselves. Okay, so you want to go first?
Paul Farman. Genius. Next. No, I'm kidding. I'm being an idiot.
He's being an idiot because he made some more money today, so he's being cocky.
It's really all about helping each other too. That's the main thing. So Paul Farman, helper. That's really my introduction.
Okay. And I'm Harvey the Silver Fox. There again, if you go on the internet, you type in Harvey the Silver Fox, you're going to see I have over 2 million showings. So I know how to brand myself, and I'm willing to teach you how to do the same thing. And this is what this is all about, to teach you how to make money. This is what this little training session, this webinar is all about. So with that out of the way, let's go down to and start right away at the 297 Club and the Goal Scraper. And Paul says I need to show the Goal Scraper.
Yeah, I wanted to, first of all, some of the folks that are on here are just wanting to get trained on the scrapers, and we're just going to touch on the Go Scraper. That's one of the software products in the 297 Club. And I'm just going to take about 5 minutes here, and then those folks that are on for that training can go ahead and hang up, and we'll go on to the Secret Success Machine MDMM training and sales call. So with that said, here's the Go Scraper. Make sure at the very top you have the latest version, which is 8.7. It changes, and they usually send out an email or a pop-up whenever you open it. It says it's time to download the latest version. And so I think support gets a lot of emails from people saying that for some reason it's not working, and it's because they might have version 7.2 or 6.1 they haven't updated. So it's pretty easy to update. They send you a link, and you just install it, re-download and install, and it gives you the latest version. So we're at 8.7 right now. So I just wanted to show you a couple things about the Go Scraper. As you can see here, and it's kind of hard to see, but it says categories like MLM. And go ahead and click on that, Harvey. MLM.
There.
There you go. Business opportunities. We go over to direct sales, lead generation, cash gifting, work from home, reverse marketing, network marketing, consulting, real estate, and marketing sales. So these are all preset categories that are out on YouTube, Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And what this piece of software is going to do is find blogs, replicated websites, videos, anything that has any of these categories and their phone number and email address, and it's going to hunt for it, find it, go 3-4 pages deep until it finds that prospect's phone number and email address. And it's going to put it on an Excel spreadsheet automatically for you. So when it's done. So I use this a lot myself, just the preset categories. We're going to talk about the custom field here in a second. Now, if you'll go down, Harvey, to cities, this lists all the major cities, including Canada. And I always select all, and the reason why we put that in here is I'm going to get different results in Northern California from my IP address than somebody in Miami, for example, or Texas, or in Canada. I'm just going to have more, if you select all these cities, we kind of trick your ISP thinking that you're in all these cities at once, so you're just going to have more results. That's all that is. It's not going to pinpoint somebody sitting in Anchorage, Alaska, waiting for you to market to them. That's not what this is all about. These are to trick the IP address to think that you're in all these cities so you get more results. That's all that is. So we've selected all the categories, all the cities, and we're going to select Extract Now on the bottom left-hand corner. And again, this is going to save it right to our desktop when it gets done. What does it say?
One search field. Oh, what do you want to do? YouTube? You want to do them all?
No, I just do YouTube, Google, and Bing now.
Okay.
Lycos isn't even around anymore. And we hit Extract Now, and we're just going to let it run after we name the file. Now, you name the file, not us. This is all done on your desktop. Nobody's seeing this but you. So you're going to name it, and you have to remember what this is, and it's going to save it right on your desktop.
I usually put a date in there because I extract like every other day, and I get confused.
So you just click OK and let her rip. I do this at night, and then when I wake up, sometimes I have 30,000 results, and I know that, gosh, at least half of them, if not more, are going to be duplicates, but where else are you going to get leads at a push of a button? And this is just one of our products. This is just a Ghost Scraper, and it does more than this, too. We have the Net Extractor, AP Scraper, Biz Scraper, and the list goes on and on. But for now, the 297 Club, this is what I'm training on right now, is the Ghost Scraper, and this is how I use it.
Paul, I get a question from people, and of course you and I just kind of laugh at it, but a lot of people are concerned about it. They say, hey, listen, if all the Silver Fox and all the members of our family scrape and they're going to get the same phone number, are they going to be calling? Is there going to be a duplication process where, you know, there won't be enough room for anybody to work? That's a concern that a lot of people seem to have.
No. YouTube and Google, they index. Since we've been on the phone or on this webinar, there's been thousands of new YouTube videos already popping up. So, and indexed through Google and Bing. So even if we're calling some of the same phone numbers, it's the old marketing 101. A company puts up a billboard, and thousands of people drive by it. Well, hey, somebody's going to act on it eventually. I mean, it might be me, it might be you, it might be somebody else, but it's all about being persistent with this and doing it a couple times a week. And we're going to talk about phone broadcasting later, but anyway, it's not oversaturated, and even if we are calling the same people, it's the same message, and a lot of people are going, wait a minute, there must be something to this. And if you're on top of the ball and doing your follow-ups, you're going to get the sale. So we're already at close to 100.
Yep, close to 100. We'll come back.
One way Ghost Scraper works, if you open up a fresh Ghost Scraper, then we're going to talk about the custom field.
So what we can do, Paul, is we can have multiple campaigns running at the same time. That's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I like to say just two, maybe depending on your memory and so forth on your computer, it might be 3. Slows it down quite a bit if you're running more than 2.
So I have another one going.
Okay, so you're going to uncheck. See, there's that pop-up saying get the latest version.
Right.
Yeah, so you unselect these, and in the custom field, what I do is I'll go to a website called NPros, and you guys might want to write this down. It's www.n as in Nancy, P as in Paul, R as in rabbit, O as in open, S as in Sam.com. npros.com right there. And this is a leading website that keeps up to date with all the home-based business, multi-level marketing companies out there. So this is pretty cool. Let's go down to content, and let's go to the very last one here.
Might went too far.
I can't do it.
I think I went too far.
This is the...
Right here. So it's going to be content, and it's going to be home-based business opportunities, right?
Yeah, let's click on that. We can't see this, but you guys can do this later because we're running out of time here. But let's go ahead and scroll down. I mean, there's just literally thousands and thousands of home-based businesses. And so, I don't know, you know, the biggest one out right now, or one of the biggest ones is Empower, and it's listed here. So we can just open it up, copy Empower Network, and put it in the custom field. Let's go ahead and do that, Harvey, or you can just type it in.
I'm just going to type it in.
Yeah. And because Empower Network, and I believe it's listed as one word.
Is it listed as one word?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right? Or is it two words?
Let me go back and check here. Now, the keyword search, is that going to matter? Now, did you put quotes around this or no?
No, because it's one word. Now I'm going to teach you that here in a second. Okay.
So let's go back up here.
End pros. Under E.
E, okay.
We can't see it from your screen. It looks terrible.
I know, it's tiny,
Empower
tiny.
Network. It's two words. That's how they're really listed. So let's go back to the Go Scraper and make it two words. And because it's two words, we're going to put quotations around before the E and after the K. And here's why. I mean, it's kind of obvious. But if we don't have quotes, this thing is going to go out and look for any blog or YouTube video or affiliate website or any website with the word empower. So it could be, you know, a juice thing, or it could be, you know, a health food store or something like that. Because this is two words, we've got it categorized as one set of words that it's only going to look for. It's only going to look for those two words together, Empower Network. That's what quotations means. That's it. And we'll select all the cities again on the right-hand side so we can trick our IP. I think we're in all of these cities, including Canada. Hit extract now and name it, and we'll let her go.
Okay.
You've already selected the search engines, YouTube being illegal. Just put Empower Network in today's date. And let's let that run. And by the end of, I let it run at night, and I have just tons and tons of leads. Now, not all of them are accurate. There's sometimes somebody that owns a beauty salon also is in Empower Network, and he or she may have a blog that says, hey, I own this beauty salon, and here's my phone number and email address, and it's really for their beauty salon, but that's okay. I mean, not all of them are 100% accurate. Plus, again, the lead companies out there, if you have to buy leads, it costs a lot of money, and they want you to buy them all the time. And quite frankly, all the lead companies are using my stuff that I invented right here anyway to resell. So, you know,
yeah, I might point out, and I talk about that. People think there's a goose that lays the golden lead. And they don't understand that, you know, you can convert those leads and qualify them yourself, or you can go out there and you can buy the leads, and they typically, if they're qualified and they're converted, they cost you $15, $20, $25 each. And all they're doing, these lead companies are doing, is using what Paul's got right here, and they're just turning this thing on, and they're going out there and qualifying them and getting them ready to, you know, say, oh yeah, I'm interested in money-making opportunity. I have $500 or $1,000 or $2,000. Not a problem. And what they do is then they call you up and say, hey, listen, I got a lead for you. It's going to cost you $15 or $20 or whatever. And that's what they're getting. People don't understand that. They're getting big money for these leads. And you can do this yourself. You can do exactly what they're doing. There's no secret here.
Okay, so I just have a couple more things, and I'm way over 5 minutes. So we need to go back to the bullet points. And because there's a lot of people that are going to click off after this 297 Club training. The closing team. A lot of people are asking, well, it says in your video that we do all the closing. Sure. Get with your sponsor. I'm sure they would love to help you and split the commission with you. 297 Club pays $200 per sale, and it's a one-up. So if your sponsor doesn't want to help you, I'll be more than happy. And I'm sure there's 30 people on this call right now that would love to help you close your leads and make $100 per sale. So if you get with your sponsor, make sure that your lead, that you get their name, email address, and phone number, and that they've been over to your replicated website and watched the video, and they have questions about the 297 Club, or you can send them to these sales meetings like this or training meetings like this.
Okay.
So yeah, we do all the closing for you. In fact, we have a tab that actually gets you over to this training. That's all it is. I mean, you need somebody, follow those directions right here. Make sure you have your name, email address, phone number, your replicated 297 Club, and the prospect's email, phone number, and send it over to your sponsor, or you can send it to Paul's webinar. I'll close them for you and make $100 per sale and split it with you. No problem.
No problem, yeah.
Okay, Q&A about 297 Club. Any questions about the 297 Club?
You can open up your mic or whatever and talk, or you can put it in the chat box. You type your question in the chat box. Also, keep in mind that this 297 Club, we are going to be using it in the $1 Million Marketing Machine too. So it's kind of important that you understand how that works, the 297 Club works, how powerful it is.
Okay, I guess I did a really good job.
So we got 45 here for Empower Network.
Okay, can you hear me? Sorry, I thought I was unmuted there for a second. I got a question for 297 Club.
Okay, James?
I asked Paul this before through Facebook, and I think he emailed me back and said that springtime they're going to start training calls. Is that still going to go on, or is this going to take place here?
Yeah, it's going to take place for the first 10 minutes here. Kill two birds with one stone, because we're all using it for $1 Million Marketing or Secret Success Machine anyway. So I'll be doing, like next week, talking about the AP scraper that comes with the 297 Club. So we'll just do...
The reason I'm asking is because it's advertised on the front page that there are conference calls, so when somebody asks about that, I will just refer for them to hear.
No, you don't have to.
James? Hey, James, hey, listen, I think Paul changed that. Check out your front page. He changed that, I think, today or yesterday, and said that there's going to be a, this is it right here. So check that out.
Okay. Consider me caught up. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I am looking over here. Okay, nope, no more. Okay, I think we can continue, Paul.
Right.
Okay, this is the $1 Million Marketing Machine, or the Secret
Success Machine.
Secret Success Machine. Maybe I should put that in there for next week. Okay. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to advertise the phone number, making $3,500 weekly. I think I've got that set up, Paul. I think we can. I think I can do that. I think I got it set up here. Just a minute here. I've got it ready to run here. Look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call that phone number, and I'm going to put my mic next to the speaker, and let's see what happens. I'm going to call that phone number, and I'm going to put my mic next to the speaker, and let's see what happens. Stay there. Let me take 1 minute to share what I do. I'm going to call that phone number, and I'm going to put my mic next to the speaker. Okay. That's not going to, hang on. That's not going to work. Hang on. That didn't work.
That's why I need to be.
Yeah, I'm going to do it a different way here. Yeah, it doesn't like doing this the way I got this set up, so I'm going to call my other number.
The prospects dial the number just like you did and listen to this message just like this one. Then leaves me their name and phone number if interested in learning more. When this happens, I receive an email instantly notifying me the message. By the end of the day, I have 10 to 20, sometimes even 50 people who raise their hand and want to learn more and how they can do the same thing I do. I never have to ask for the sale. This system does the selling for me. At the end of the week, I always have 1 or 2 people saying yes to duplicating what I do and making $3,500 a week. That's all I do to make a nice 6-figure yearly income working from home. There's so many entrepreneurs and baby boomers out there that don't want to work for somebody else. They want the time and financial freedom this business offers. What I really love about this business is I can work from anywhere, anytime. I turn on my web-based auto lead generation tools in the morning that broadcasts a phone number, like the one you just called, and take the rest of the day off. I can always count on at least 1 sale every single week. Every single week. It's automatic, and it sure makes my life easy. Leave a message after the beep.
Okay, that was rather crude, Paul, but I guess we muddled through that one.
Yes, you can do this.
You're fading away.
What's that?
I said you're fading away.
Okay.
Anyway, once you set up everything the way you should set it up, according to my training instructions, you're going to have a notification in your Gmail account. It's going to say 800 Leak Messenger, and the call's from. And when they leave a message here, you're going to get, it looks like it's an attachment, looks like a paper clip. And all you need to do is, see what I do here, is I make a notation here that I actually talk to these people. So I put a little star there saying I talked to them. And these people here, I didn't talk to them, but I left a message. Okay? So it's just notes for me. And you're going to open this up, and when you click on this, there's going to be a place that you can click on there, and you're going to be able to listen to the message, which we can't do the way we have this set up. So, in fact, why don't I do this? Well, I can't do that. So anyway, that's how that's going to work. It's pretty self-explanatory there.
Now, these are folks that have listened to the call. It's a 2-minute call. It's our sizzle call or hotline call. And they've left you a message wanting more information, correct?
Yes. One with the paperclip.
Right.
These people up here have not left me a message, but I call them back anyway. Okay? And what I do is if I get a hold of them, I say, well, you just called me. I explain, that they listen to the message. And I tell them to go to my lead capture page and listen to the webinar.
Right.
And then if they do that, I call them back in about 60 minutes and say, well, what'd you think? And I just follow up.
Right.
If I can't get a hold of them, I leave a message telling them just go to the webinar, my lead capture page. And what I do is I give a little notation there. These are the people I actually talk to. Okay, little star. That's how I do it. Okay. So there you go.
Now I take it a little step further, and I'll open that up, and it shows you their phone number and how long they've been on the call, and I'll copy and paste their phone number into Google.com, and usually about 90% of the time it'll show that person's real name, because they didn't leave a message. It'll show me their name and possibly their email address and what type of business they're in. And when I call them back and I say, hey, Harvey, look at, it's Paul. I noticed you were on the call earlier, and I just want to make sure you get over to my webinar and watch it in its entirety. And they're just blown away that I know their name, and I might even have their email address. Look at Harvey just put in his phone number because he just called his own phone number, 800 link phone number. And you get a bead on who this guy is. He didn't leave a message, and right there, Harvey the Silver Fox. I guarantee if we dig a little deeper, we'd find your email address even. We could send you an email with the webinar link or capture page link. And, you want to call them and say, hey, I'm going to send you out an email. I know you were on the call. And what's great about this is we're not doing any selling. All we're doing is a little bit of follow-up. I've never sold this, and I've sold over 85 of these things in a year and a half, and I'm going to sell another 100 in the next 10 months. But I've never asked for the sale, and if any of my people are on here, they know that. I never have asked, when are you going to come in? When are you going to send your money? We don't do that with this team. We want to treat people the way we want to be treated, and that is let them think about it. It's fine. Nobody wants to, in sales 101, you don't let people think about it, but with us, you do. Let them decide for themselves, because it's $3,500, $6,500, $12,000. It's a lot of money to start a business. But they all want to do it, because every single person that does join me personally, they go, you know what, Paul, I tossed and turned in bed for a night or two and, talked it over, and I'm going to do this, and I got to make it happen. Because I was the same way. This is not, Harvey bought into this. I bought into it. It costs us money to buy into this, just like it did for you folks, too. So we don't want to force anybody into doing this. What Harvey and I are doing is bypassing all the hard stuff, trying to give you a step-by-step procedure in our training, in which we have 10 ironclad training modules that take you step-by-step on how to market this system after you purchase it. And then we have these weekly training calls helping our team out. We're all here to help one another. That's the bottom line. And so for those that can come in, they come in. And do the math, guys. You do a couple of sales a month, it's $7,000. One a week is $12,500, I believe.
See, Paul, here's what the problem is that people are getting into these $25 programs, these $50 programs, and you realize how many you have to sell to make a serious full-time living at $25? Okay?
Yeah, I know.
This one here, you just sell 2 of them, and you're making a good full-time living.
Oh, 1 a month for a lot of folks is more than what they're making per month. I know when I was in real estate, I did very well, and then during the boom I did very well, and was one of those guys that had the Range Rover and the big house and all that stuff. And when it all went away, and I was, going to be stuck selling cars or vacuum cleaners door to door, or driving around at $4 a gallon, trying to hit up small business owners, trying to sell them some get on the first page of Google malarkey,
Right.
and at 100% commission. And I went, wait a minute, I want to work from home in my sweatpants and not work my butt off, and I don't want to bother friends and family. I don't like MLM, where you have to go out and find your war market and your family and bug them and your friends and neighbors. This, everyone I've sold here, I don't know them. I've never met them. And they watch the webinar, they listen to the call, they watch the webinar, and either they want in or they don't. And it's not that we don't care, it's just that we're that busy. 1 out of 20 people that watch that webinar and call you back will purchase. That's the bottom line. So you have to talk to about 4 people a day, and by the end of the week, on Friday, you've talked to 20 people. One of them will send you $3,500. That's it. But you have to talk to 20 of them. And what I mean by that, too, because I always have to put a caveat, because there's somebody out there that's going to say, well, I talked to 20. Well, you have to make sure that they've watched the entire webinar.
So we're back to the 297 Club here, Paul, and of course, this is kind of like the foundation. This is where you get your leads.
That's how we get our leads, right here. I mean, we showed you what the products are in the 297 Club, or at least one of them. And, hey, I talked to a guy today. There's no way he's coming in with Secret Success Machine. Just not interested, but he goes, I need leads. And I need leads fast. I need them whenever I want. So I send him my link to the 297 Club. Boom, he bought it. I made $200 instantly. Now, when that guy gets sick and tired of being sick and tired and doing what he's doing and not making enough money, and he's still getting a phone broadcast from me or a little call here and there, he's going to go, Paul, here's the white flag. I give up. There must be something to what you're doing here, obviously, and you've been doing it for a year and a half. I want in, and he'll join me for $3,500. It's called building a pipeline. And I've sold tons of 297 clubs that way, and then they come back 3 weeks later or 3 months later and say, Paul, I want to do what you're doing. Where do I send my $3,500? So we can sell the 297 club and make $200 instantly, and that's a one-up also.
So in other words, Paul, if you're promoting the MDMM program either as an owner or a joint venture, if you're a joint venture and you own the 297 Club because you can't afford to get into the MDMM, you can go out there and promote the full package, the $3,500 package, and then when they watch the webinar and they can't afford to play, you can, if you own the 297 Club, you can always say, hey, listen, I know you need leads for your business. This one's only going to cost you $297.
With no monthly fees, right?
And of course, then you're going to make $200. So, in other words, you can work it both ways, which is really neat about this system we got here.
Yeah. It happened to me today. So I didn't get, hopefully this person is going to come aboard for $3,500 or $6,500 in a few weeks. It happens to me all the time that way. Okay, so that's the 297 Club. It's a business opportunity also, but it is our secret weapon to get our leads for our phone numbers. And that's one of the products in the 297 Club is called the Ghost Scraper, which we showed you earlier. Now, our other big gun, after we get the phone numbers of these business owners, is Your Cash Dialing. Your Cash Dialing is our voice broadcasting platform. It has nothing to do with 800 Link. This is where the message goes out to those thousands and thousands of leads that we scraped using the 297 Club or Ghost Scraper. Now, what I like about Your Cash Dialing is that it's all inclusive. In other words, back in the day, a few years ago, if you had a phone broadcaster, you had to learn how to do it. You had to spin saucers in the air while hopping on one leg and dance around and spend 3 weeks trying to figure out how to do it. They do it all for you. So what they'll want from you is the scraped phone numbers in an Excel spreadsheet. Well, that's already done for you. They already have the message loaded up. All they want is your time zone and what time you want your broadcast to go out. And what's going to happen is, and Harvey showed you this earlier, you're going to go to your Gmail account and you're going to see a bunch of messages of people calling you back or pressing 1 from the voice broadcast. And those are all your leads. And the ones that leave you a message are the hot leads. The ones that don't are the lukewarm leads. So that's your cash dialing. They do it all for you. This is the voice broadcasting side of the marketing. The only thing you have to do here, and there's no setup, is purchase your minutes. Go ahead and get 2,000 minutes for $49.95. That'll get you about 3,500 phone calls because they're billed in 6-second increments. These minutes never expire, and again, there's no setup fees or anything like that or any extra, oh, by the way, you need this or that. None of that jazz with my sister company, my other company here. Your Cash Dialing. And that comes with the 297 Club. They're going to set it all up for you.
Okay.
So do you see how this all works together? We got our leads. We got a message, which is phenomenal. Everybody's trying to, all of our competition is trying to steal it and use it. We've got the secret weapon, our lead generation club, the 297 Club, and our big gun, our voice broadcasting over at Your Cash Dialing. And that all ties together here, guys. This is how we are selling 1 per week. Some of us 2 a week.
So you did a voice broadcast yesterday, Paul, because I got one of your calls.
Well, I put you in there just for fun, and a few other people just so they could hear.
Yeah. So basically, if you do one twice a week, because I'm going to be honest with you, I tried a while back. I tried doing one every day. I couldn't keep up.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't keep up.
I know.
So do twice a week, set it up. I don't know, what, Tuesdays and Thursdays? I mean,
yeah.
There again, we've talked about that before. Everybody wants to know the secret time and the secret day that you do it.
Yeah.
And
there's not one.
Not one.
No.
Typically, Mondays are bad. Fridays
they won't
are
even
bad.
do it. They won't do. There's certain rules. You know, you can't phone broadcast to a business past 7 p.m. anyway, or before 7 a.m. And so it wouldn't even go out if you were trying to do it at that time anyway. But no, it's a numbers game. I can do a phone broadcast with that same message today at 11 a.m. and get nothing. And then one of our members that's brand new, that doesn't even know how to turn on, you know, that any of this stuff, is just learning how to do this. They do it on a Thursday at 3 p.m. their time. It's the same message, and they get 15 people raising their hand, messages. You just never know what mood somebody's in, or how busy they are, or soccer practice, or taking their kids to school or work, or the boss is yelling at them, or something's on and off in their life right now on Tuesday. But on Thursday, everything's great, and they're open to listen to that message and get over to your website, to your webinar, I should say.
Okay, for those who can't afford, of course, to get into the webinar and buy a platform, we have set up a joint venture program, which costs you $10, and the money is, for the $10 actually goes to your 800 link. It's going to be yours. You're going to get the leads. Nobody else gets those leads, those phone numbers. They're going to be yours. And there again, I've had some people confused on, they think that they have to call from the back office. I got 2 phone calls today. They think they have to pay 800 link to call these numbers. Well, no, I just showed you how to do it right here. because 800 link will send you the response, and all you have to do is, if you get Google set up the right way, you just call from your Google platform, and it doesn't cost you anything. But I've had people say, well, it's going to cost me money. No, it doesn't cost you anything, gang. All right? See here, I got to go back here. So for $10, you can get your own 800 link phone number, and you get with your sponsor, and you can do a joint venture where your sponsor is going to pay you a graduated scale. It starts at like $150 and goes up to $1,500. Keep in mind that your sponsor can pay you anything that they want. It's up to your sponsor, but we strongly advise that you pay $150 on the first sale, and if you want to give a little bonus, that's fine, and then slowly work your way up. That's what we advise that you do as a sponsor. So can I give you an idea? The 10 partners, if you have 10 partners who advertise the phone number and they generate just one per month, one membership, one webinar, one platform per month at $3,500, and of course, if you take an average, you're going to pay out maybe $500. You're going to make $30,000 extra per month on top of what you're doing. And Paul and I had to talk about that today. Paul says, well, I can just go out there and I'm very happy selling one a week, making $14,000 a week. But I say, Paul, if we can get some of these partners helping us out, we could probably double that. You could triple it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I'm not going to take you to because we're running out of time here. For those who want to go to the joint venture training you get with your sponsor, they will send you their link. And I'm not going to talk about my link because there's some other people in here that are joint venture partner. They have their own joint venture partner page, so I don't want to give you my link. You should be getting with your sponsor, somebody that you're working with, and get their link. And spend some time with your sponsor. Sign up, and then you can go through my training. Now, I have lots and lots of training back there that will teach you how to do this along with voice broadcasting, plus along with posting on Facebook and posting on Google and using some other lead-generating tools. And I have a lot of really neat free tools, and I have a lot of really neat inexpensive tools that you can go out there and use to generate leads for your MD, business. So make sure you get with your sponsor for that.
I got a joint venture question.
Oh, okay.
May I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Okay. I understand this is a grow as we learn situation. And before I even ask the question, and for anybody listening, I just want to say my first experience with Harvey is that he is completely honest and pays what he promises without hesitation. And this is why I stay with Harvey. I just want to make that clear right up front. That being said, here's my question. On my joint venture page, and I'm going to use you and me as an example, Harvey. On my joint venture page, when somebody does the opt-in form as opposed to calling the number, which is also on there, Harvey gets a notification and the email address and the phone number of the prospect. And then he sends me a copy of the notification, which is cool. It's not that I don't want to work. That's not the point. But my question is, why should the lead be left to set to get cold waiting for us to contact them to try to set up a coordinate three-way call with Harvey if it is convenient for the prospect and Harvey, when Harvey already has the fact that they opted in and contact info to do the follow-up with? It just seems like it's time being wasted while the lead gets cold. Please tell me what I'm missing here. That's my question. And a totally unrelated thing, when this webinar is over, Harvey, I'd really like a direct download link to this video so I can download it. That's it. I'm done.
All right. Here we go.
Please.
Let me answer your first question. What happens is The idea is that this is how it works for the joint venture. Is you're advertising your phone number. They call in on your phone, your 800 link phone number. You call them back, and you say, "Are you by your computer?" And they say yes. I am going to give you a link to a lead capture page, but you don't tell them that. I'm going to give you a link to my webinar. But what happens is you actually give them a link to your sponsor's lead capture page. All right? And you're right on the phone with them. And you make sure they get to that page. And in the box it says, "How did you find me?" You put in, of course, we'll use James. And James says, "Okay, put in my first name, James, and the phone number, of course, his 800 link phone number. And how did you find me?" So while he's on the phone with James, the prospect, he does that, and it's redirected instantly to the webinar. James says, "Okay, I'm going to call you back in 60 minutes. I'm going to call you back in 60 minutes to see what you think. See if there's something that you would want to be interested in getting involved with." So James calls him back in 60 minutes, and the guy says, "Yes, I'd like to. I'm interested." James says, "Can I call you back? Can I do a three-way with my sponsor, which is me, Harvey, and for any questions you might have, because I'm more than happy to help you close that sale. I won't help you unless they watch all the way through the webinar." James, the lead capture page really is immaterial. It means nothing other than we've captured that information, and you have that, and what we're going to do is we're going to send him some autoresponder messages. But it doesn't have anything to do other than capturing his information. The whole idea of this whole thing is you're on the phone, you get him into the lead capture page, he watches the webinar, you call him back in 60 minutes or her back in 60 minutes, and you schedule a three-way conference. And that's how easy this is. Everybody wants to make this complicated, thinking there's something else to this. And that's how that works. Real simple.
Okay. So when you send me a copy that somebody they didn't call the number. I understand the part where they called the number. But I'm saying when they didn't call the number and they just filled in the opt-in form, when you send me a copy of that, that's my cue to call them.
Well, number one, there's no possible way they could have filled in that opt-in form unless you've talked to them, James. It's impossible. And I don't even have to send you a copy of that because it really means nothing. I just do it because, I want to show you how everything works. I just do it because I'm a nice guy. It should not make any difference. Because
you're honest.
Well, I'm just trying to help. Hey, listen, gang, if you don't make any money, I don't make any money. If you don't make any money, Paul doesn't make any money. So I'm trying to just go out of my way and bend over backwards just to help you guys make money. But you got to understand.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that the ones that you have sent me are people that did not call the number. They only filled in that opt-in form. Because I have that opt-in form on my site that you sent me a copy of.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, yes, please keep sending them. So when they get to me, when you send me those, I will call them. That's what I'm here to do. Thank you very much.
Well, see, I didn't know that. James didn't tell me that. You need to communicate with your sponsor, gang. I didn't know he had that on his site. That's pretty neat. See how that works?
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you knew that, Harvey.
But that's great.
Yeah. Well, I'll send you an email. I'm not going to plug my site here. I'll send you an email and let you go look at it, and then you can go, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, see, everybody else is learning something here. Just take your sponsor's opt-in page, your lead capture page, and put it on your site. It's working for James. There you go. And I'll make sure that the sponsors forward the emails that we get, and of course I always forward the emails. And there you go.
Yes, please continue to do that, and I will definitely get on the horn to them. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, any question? By the way, you need to invite your guests to these training sessions because look what you learn. I mean, you can't say you didn't learn anything today. I mean, I learned something.
Yeah, we're just transparent, and we're not asking anybody for the sale anyway. So these are training. We call them sales calls. We're just a group of people pulling for the same goal here, and that is all of us helping one another and making some money working from home or from our hotel room. Sometimes
or from the cruise ship.
You guys wouldn't believe that half the time I'm in a hotel room with my Vonage phone and my laptop, and I'm 600 miles away from home.
Great business, isn't it, Paul? Great business.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephanie has a question as a JV partner. Do we have to buy in the 297 crew? Yeah, you're going to have to, if you want to use a voice broadcast, I have, back in the training area, I have three choices for you. I think two choices for you for voice broadcasting. I have one little, very inexpensive, very generic voice broadcasting system for $25. Now, 297 Club obviously is $297. But as you can see, I mean, it's very powerful. Look at all that. We got 82 phone calls there. We got 1,216 there, Paul. All right.
Yep.
And the other generic one will not do that for you. But keep in mind on the 297 Club, gang, if you can't back in sell the 297 Club, I mean, it's just got to be some way you can buy that 297 Club, because there's no reason you can't back in sale that 297 Club. There's no reason at all. So I hope I answered that question, Stephanie.
Any more questions? Because we're at an hour, and when we go over an hour, it's a little mind-boggling for a lot of folks. I like to keep it at about 40 minutes, but that's me.
Thanks, Stephanie. That was a good question. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. It doesn't mean that we can't stay on here a little bit, but we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to have this posted back in the training area of the joint venture. I will be sending out an email probably tomorrow morning of where it's at. And you're welcome to share this with anybody who's thinking about joining you, either in the 297 Club or in your webinar. If they're, but I've learned something, Paul, and Paul is going to tell me the same thing. Sometimes you can oversell. You can load people down with too much information, and they just fade away. So be very careful how much information you do get people, because they get overwhelmed real quick. Okay, Paul, what do you think?
Any additional questions? This is a lot of fun, guys. Once you get going with this, you meet a lot of people. I talked to somebody earlier today. She's not going to buy into this, but I had a good conversation with her, and I met a new friend. I think she's friended me on Facebook at least, and not everybody's going to send you $3,500 or even $200 for the 297 Club, but if we keep a positive attitude, and it's tough because you're working on your own out there, and that's why we have these meetings, and we need to help one another, because it's tough, even for myself, to wake up every day and push myself to do this. But at the end of the week and at the end of the month, made more than 90%, well, half of the people out there with a job. We don't want jobs, guys, or if you're in one now, you know that you don't want to be there. You want to be working from home or from your hotel room. So we do have a lot of fun. We meet a lot of great people. We want to help one another.
Okay, Paul, with that said, this is Harvey the Silver Fox and Paul Farman. We'll see you at the top. Let's go make some money.